Hello YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with the continuation of our Arcanium run. Sorry I didn't get to it yesterday, but we are here early today due to not having to work, and we should be able to finish out rather quick. And while I was out there, excuse me, oh that's right, we can't look at the bestiary. I was considering which boss we're actually going to be headed for, because I've been talking about how this is the run where we have Shinzo doing Shinzo things. Misty has both shock application and she's got a good Meditate Radiant Fist combo for some good damage. We just gave her, can't remember what the name of the relic is, but double power, and she gets power every turn at the cost of 2 life, but she heals that life every turn. So it's basically free double damage. If we can enable a crit on her, it's going to be absolutely disgusting. It'd be I believe it's triple damage, if I remember how the devs explained that the damage formula actually works, is that each thing gets added in separately, or multiplied separately, then added in. But still, triple damage on 45 every 3 turns is pretty good. Anyways, and then of course, Lady has burn on hits, shield when she hits burning enemies, and she's just ramping up damage through that means. So we got 2 very good damage dealers that are moderately tanky in their own right, and then we also got Shinzo to sort of help out. I've been saying that we were going to go into Spider Queen because we've got fire and stuff like that, but we may be able to get away with Nocturnus, who is the boss of Scorched Lands. The main reason that I would not go to Nocturnus is because I only have 1 cleanse card right now, and his gargoyle minions will just keep stacking Hex until they are killed. But I think that we can kill them relatively fast. He's also like, at least in the beta when I left, he was incredibly bugged, and it'd make it easier for us to beat him. Not that we need it, but sort of like to showcase all that. But no, I legitimately think that once you kill his minions, he's pretty easy, and I think that we could do that pretty easily. Otherwise, Uzir with the Sun King is not too bad, but we got lots of like multi-hit attacks, and he's got the one where he swaps for immune, and he goes into stasis. The sun discs that are his minions are a little annoying, and he also, with the change to how debuff cards work, his Kneel Curse now discards a random card in your hand whenever you play a card, which sounds like, okay, like that's not too bad. Most characters can't play all their cards. But the thing is that it can discard itself, which probably sounds like a good thing because now you can play the rest of your hand, but it puts it into your discard. He's going to keep putting Kneels into your deck, and then eventually you're just going to have a full hand of Kneels, and at that point you just lose your turn. And I completely disrespected it in the PTR, and it killed me once, and it's never going to be disrespected again. I'm probably respecting it a little bit too much, but it's rough. Anyways, we might go Nocturnus, and we might still just go up and fight the Spider Queen, but I think we only have like 5 threat to do that. Gotta determine that really soon. Okay, we've got 7 threat to do that. Got a card pile here. I'm honestly thinking that we're going to take that for Shinzo, and we have a campsite here that we can also use. The things that I've been forgetting, and I remembered, grade 2 abilities. Figuring out exactly what we want to do here, I think we want to upgrade Shinzo more than anything, because yeah, we could upgrade Lady or Misty, have them deal more damage, but really what we need is we need Shinzo to just, again, he needs to be better at being Shinzo. And I think best places to put that here at Ward. It honestly might be Juggernaut Strike, just so that we could put it back in his deck. But if I don't do that, then I would probably... The Oath of Protection does its job. I don't really need to upgrade it for another 2. Because now that we have the Black Blood Vial, and he starts with 6, it's very easy for him to just shield everybody for 11. And if he has Ward, it's even more. We might hit that. Unless, of course, there's something that's upgrade for 7, right? Okay. Crashing Thunder would be good. Chi Burst would be very good. Meditate would be exceptional. But no, we need to do something for Shinzo, and I think that's Juggernaut Strike. Oh, because I was on top of here. We want this Explorer's Torch, I believe. Because then we can just get rid of Ember Flame Bracers, or Spike Club might even be the play. That's going to give us a lot of damage. I think we get rid of, in that case, we would get rid of the Ember Flame Bracers, because then we can even hit with blue attacks and multi-strikes and pretty much get the same effect. Then we still keep that damage ramp from the... whatever, the Spike Club. Okay. Grant shock to all heroes and enemies. Okay. I'm fine with this. Now we have access to the capital. Just make sure. Why do you have 14? Bring this down. I guess I could theoretically get rid of her uppercuts. But then she'd just be relying on Stone Skin and pressure points for block. Or Shinzo. The little spookums. We're alright with this. We're gonna drop it. So if we can find another block adjacent card, we'll probably look for that and get rid of a Lightning Fist or something like that. We're at 10, we're at 12. And I honestly think we can probably here... we want the multi-strike 5, so we'll keep at 12. Doesn't really have anything else. Okay. Pity. Okay. Back just to face race this guy a little bit better. We're gonna do that. That's probably actually now our worst potion that we have on hand. This kill? 5 times 10, 50. We're also gonna hit you twice. It'd be close enough, honestly. Not too concerned about it. We'll kill you. Oh my good lord. Yeah, this power's really popping off. Oof, I did that wrong. Get her another energy, that'd be great, but now this is gonna 4 times 5 in an area. Fan of Knives is very good, but I don't think that we can really fit it on Lady. Hunker Down also, like, honestly, for a legendary, the best thing about this is that it is technically a Sacred Bulwark that retains. It does double the backlash, but if you take that into effect, of course, it's also better against multi-strikes, right? Because it's resilience, not shield. But it's okay. I don't know, all these are not really impressing me. We could probably fit Fan of Knives. What would we get rid of, though? Flèche Strike? I think Fan of Knives is better than 50 gold for us right now. We'll take it. Basically, though, we would just be waiting for upgrades to an extra day. Yeah, that's not even worth it. If we can do this the turn after Misty does her AoE shock, it's basically like Tiger Strike, right? We don't care that it's doing 2 damage in an area. It could do 1 damage in an area for all we care. All we want it to do is just do a crap ton of hits. And if we can get her a little bit of AP, then we could also build up some might. And then this would do like reasonable damage, honestly. But for the most part, we're just trying to hit enemies. And once we get the burn on hits, then the first strike of multi-strike 4 will be applying burn, and then the other 3 will be gaining 2 shield per hit in an area. So a total of 18 shield on top of anything else that's going on. So I think that's definitely pickable in our current setup. Oh. Do we have anything that we want to upgrade? Like Lava Potion wouldn't, But then again, Lava Potion is even starting to become a little bit useless in our deck because of the fact that we just... Like, we can even go and get it right now. Okay, we can't because it's blocked off. So we're going to head over to get it right now. We're going to get Fire on hit. Pressure points, good stuff. Actually, she doesn't need to do that. Because Shinzo is about to block for a crap ton of AoE. So then instead we could do something like this. Well, goodbye. Alright. What I'm thinking. One, two, AoE shock, pressure points. Balls. Okay. We're still fine. Yes. Oh, okay. This is a 2. No, this is a 4 times 8. So 32 for 3 AP. If we were to just use it straight away. Okay. So this gets rid of one of our lightning strikes, basically. And I would feel good about that. Generally speaking, you would want low cost so that when you apply light shock, you still have the ability to spend AP on it, but we'll at least take this, but I think that it's good. Have this now. That we will get rid of Ember Flame Bracers. Shinzo could drop his Tome of Infinity for something, but I'm not quite sure what. Oh, let's get another potion since we were talking about how the one was not really doing much for us. Yeah, okay. Lucidity is also... Lucidity is pretty good. This is a tough pick, actually. The one that I'm not considering is Enchanted Familiar, not because it's bad, but because there's no freaking way that we're going to be able to keep this minion alive. And also, the pulse happens at the start of the turn. None of us have 5 AP, so it's not like that's the reason it's a bad pick. But, I don't know, like, Shinzo could taunt for it, like, taunt away from it, but there's... chances are it's going to get hit by AoE, and we have nothing to give it. If we had other minion stuff, I could see us rolling with this. Unless, of course, it has 2 charges, which I don't know. But 3 AP is probably the easiest thing that we can use, because it would just allow us to use more AP on shock. It would allow Shinzo to combo better Like, if anybody's in a bind, we'd be able to use that to get out. Otherwise, Potion of Lucidity, it's basically just... We have so many retains, which is why I wouldn't consider picking this. We have a lot of important play cards that we want to be able to use on a turn that they're good. That we would pretty much only be able to use this after we've played those. I think Potion of Momentum is just the easiest one for us to grab here. Now, Potion of Dreams. Oh, baby. That would be pretty good. But I'm not sure that I'm willing to spend the time on that. And I think now about what we do is... I think we grab a card pile, use this to heal, and then we start taking these shards. Because that's going to ramp us up for the boss rush. And we got the exact same stuff that we already had. Thanks, card pile. Okay. Again, I'm scared of a specific... piece. Dude's just gonna make a very long fight. Especially with the weakened cards. It's not the cards themselves. They go to your deck. So when he ults you in the area, which is, in this case, every other turn, you just get clogged down. But thankfully, we're not going small deck. So a lot of people always vouch for the fact that, well, if I'm down at 9 cards, which is the minimum, right? I can always have my engines popping off like every turn or every other turn, which is true. It makes you more consistent, but what it also does is make you very susceptible to trash being added into your deck, especially when it goes straight into your deck, not your discard. Because if it went into your discard, then it gets shuffled through. If, in this case, I have a 9-card deck, I draw 4, I have 5 cards in my deck, maybe I even draw 1. 3 cards get shuffled into my deck, I'm pretty much going to have 1 turn where I can't do anything. And then this is 3 weakened, so chances are is that the next turn I'm not going to be able to do anything either. The gargoyle is a lot like, I don't know why I call him a gargoyle. Maybe that's what the normal enemies are called. But, he's a lot like the Treant in Anador, where he's just annoying as hell. They're going to be fighting him forever. And he just makes the fight last, like, ages. And so, a lot of the elites, if you were to fight them by themselves, they're honestly not that difficult. Like, some of them are pretty deadly, like the Goblin Fire Chanter elites. Depending on your lineup, maybe even the Goblin Looter. Or enemies that... Goblin Fire Chanter is the one that does AoE burn, but there's also one that does like AoE Hex, and that one's pretty deadly as well. It's more so, I'm not really scared of this enemy. I'm scared of the elites that he may get paired with, because chances are is I'm going to be in this fight for a long time. Maybe not. We got good burst damage. I'm not sure that a camp is worth all the damage that we would take from Unbearable Stench, because we don't have Dispel. This actually would have made, earlier in the game, we had the choice to do either the AoE Weak every turn or the AoE Dispel. Dispel is very good against elites when they have stuff like this. Or there's another one called Mimic, which is every time that you give yourself a buff, they gain the buff. And in cases where they can stack up, it'll cleanse that so that they don't go out of control. I don't think that this is worth it though. Like, we'd be able to get a an upgrade on there, which we could put on Juggernaut Aura, but I would much rather just be done with this. Not really worried about this Goblin Fire Chanter, but we should... Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so I need to remember to swap that potion. YouTube, it's your job to remind me. Okay, now how quickly can I kill you? First off, you cannot. Secondly, I guess the move is to do this. Ooh, baby. Let's just start him up. We won't dual wield. That'll get some damage out there. Fan of Knives does not retain. Nothing's happening. There's really no reason for me to do anything else at all, unless of course I want to dash here and then see what I get. But I really don't. We'll just stack some burn over here. We'll stack some more burn over here, because you're going to get annoying, especially with the backlash. Speaking of that backlash, we want to... I think that we actually do want that 6 damage here. So I was going to swap the lanes, but just bop you. Okay. Because you stole shield. Oh my good lord, you're so good. Okay, so the normal cap is like 32. That's plenty. This is what I think that I'm going to do. You're going to get hit twice anyway, so you go ahead and you use this. Lady's coming in. Something like a wrecking ball. Probably should have done this turn first, put some shock on this guy, but we're going to do that now, at least. You really don't need help in that regard. Just add shock. Add more shock. Lightning claws, add more shock. And then just punch this man. I'm honestly debating now. Do I just, like, sift over to this guy and blow him up? It's going to be massive overkill, is my problem. Or maybe I Blade Flurry here and then shift over there. Yeah, I think I could do that. The block's fine. That is not our concern at all. That's an extra, like, 19 damage on that man. And then he's definitely going to be dead next turn. And he's the one who's stacking this AoE burn on us. And, like, 4 burn is not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. And he's ulting now, but again, that doesn't really matter. Stunning, that's rude. I think. Okay. I'm liking this a little more. I don't think we're actually going to be able to do anything with you, but this is how I'm feeling about it. You're going to use AP to shift. Honestly, okay. How much damage are you actually able to do? It would do like 5. Some damage. Plus some burn. Okay, you're actually going to need some help. Do that. this. You will do this. You're actually only going to get hit by 22, so I'm not really concerned. Let's... That's perfect. Okay. Now we should be able to finish this man off. He's already dead. We're probably going to have to swap in next turn because Shinzo's going to be stunned. So we'll keep Riposte in hand and the AP. Over here, now that we made sure that all that was done well. Dear God, this setup with Chi Burst. Okay, I think I see the line here. Goodbye. Yeah, it turns out double damage is pretty good. Excuse me? I thought I killed you? I must not have been paying attention. He was probably dead due to the... Not the burn, but the backlash. Yeah. Okay, that was a big oof on my part. Like a huge oof. I think we're gonna have to rush this down now. Unfortunately, I think that means... Oh, we did that out of order. Should have done this first. Well, then we're not gonna do it. Yeah, I think I may have just scuffed that. Well, one thing's for sure, we can do this. I don't think that we can do this, because that's a major buff. Yep. We'll be fine. Honestly. We will do that, and then just... shift over here. She's gonna need the... I actually want to do this instead. We're gonna lose the elusive for that mistake, which is a real pain. I really should have just used Riposte. Hello? Mr. Fear? I think that this is the play here, especially because of how we're at right now. Misty already has a very good artifact that we've built into. Lady does not need this. As fun as it would be, Shinzo needs an heirloom, and he definitely needs the healing. Jagged Shield Plus is very good. We don't need Blade Storm. As good as it may sound, because it's a multi-strike for 2 damage shield steal, we could use it, but we're going to get 2 shield every time we hit something anyways, and we don't need to be giving her more cost. If anything, I could maybe see this replace Fan of Knives, because it would allow her to pay out in blue damage, which she already does with her ultimate, but Armor Up is kind of hilarious. Why is Armor Up better than Shinzo's AoE armor? Armor up may actually not be a bad idea. Mainly because it helps Shinzo. And that alone might be worth it. Otherwise, better Jagged Shield could replace Shinzo's other Sacred Bulwark. And so he just has more shield. So I'm debating between these two, and I'm thinking it's going to be upgraded Jagged Shield. Because I don't know what else really we could put. We could probably get rid of Counterattack. We rarely use it. Otherwise, she's pretty low cost. She wouldn't necessarily need another AP. But that would be using her turn to shield Shinzo, and she wouldn't be able to gather shield on her turn. Which, generally speaking, she doesn't really gather like that much shield. She would pretty much have to hit 8 times with 3 energy to make as much shield as this. So it's not bad. Be upgraded. Phoenix Fury Plus. Are you blue? Will be. Take out Sacred Bulwark. Take out this Sacred Bulwark and we put in Mirror Images. It is so unfortunate that he won't be able to use Trample, because he could theoretically get pretty high right now. God damn. The other problem is that he's got so much. Like, if we weren't already set up the way that we were, I could see him going into, like, say, Protect the Weak. That would enable Juggernaut Aura. The problem is that all these cost so much that he can't even use that legendary, really. If he had 5 AP, he could use it to get access to Crush, but if he had 5 AP, he could get access to Crush anyways. Oh, hello. But I could still see us grabbing that. Mirror Images, that is. It's not as good as Oath of Protection on him, but there are instances where we're going to want that. Whereas Lady being able to multi-strike a lot is actually, like, pretty cracked. Grabbing this. We'll figure out how to make all this stuff fit. Shinzo needs an energy. Heal everybody. Get rid of a Sacred Bulwark. Get rid of a Sacred Bulwark. Add that in. Okay. We don't really have any campfires lying around that we can utilize here, unfortunately. We haven't found our second shrine here, but I'm not sure that we're willing to... We only have 2 moves left. I think what it is, we go to Capital. Go to Capital, we heal. As much as I would like to get by without having to heal Shinzo, because if we were to do a normal battle... Maybe we do a normal battle. The problem is that Shard 30 is Cataclysm, and so then this elite is going to jump up significantly, and I would just rather not have to fight that if I don't have to. So if I do take a lighter battle so that Shinzo can spot heal himself with Tome of Infinity and his new heirloom, he'd be just fine, but going to be fine enough to take a Cataclysm Elite. Not entirely convinced. Whereas if we heal, take on the Cataclysm Elite, then we can see where we're at. Oh, thanks for reminding me, YouTube. Not you. It's actually items. Excuse me. Dragon's Breath. No. There we go. You have 2 copies of Pacifying Potion? It's hilarious. Yeah, I think we just play this safe. This is fine. Yeah, it's going to be an annoying fight. I'm willing to take this. This is rough. I honestly don't know if there's anything we can do about that. Well, technically there is, but I'm not sure I'm gonna like it. Meditate. Might as well. Gives us the Chi and the Fury. Alright, this is gonna be rough. I hope he blocks next turn. No, he's doing a multi-strike? Okay. New plan. Save Shinzo. We're good. I probably could have worked in a Crashing Thunder in there. Still... No. Okay. Whoop! I'm wondering if the Potion of Momentum is worth it here. Enemy is blue, so it's really only going to do 13 damage. It'd mostly be for getting 4 extra block. Is 4 extra block worth that? Maybe. Honestly. We've already killed the left lane. This is, or the right lane. This is pretty much over. Let's also reduce you again. Yeah, now it's not so much. We'll be fine. You piece? Just gonna get hit. And we're just gonna try and face race this boss. This. Save the AP for later. Ult next turn. And that's AoE weak. If I do this, then we're definitely going to get your ulti early. We do this. This is fine. We're good. I think we skipped these. We don't need any of them. I could possibly see Mistguard Bracers due to the fact that we're kind of generating chi, but we're not really generating chi. We're generating chi because of our current heirloom, and then we also happen to have Meditate and some AP. So, due to the fact that we're using tons of high cost payouts and we don't have our at 5 AP, I don't think that we do this. Otherwise, it'd be very hard for us to reach the maximum cap of 6, even though we do have Dashing Strike. That's kind of funny. I honestly feel like all these are a skip. There's mirror images again. Cripple into a huge damage attack, like say, I don't know, Radiant Fist, will pretty much just kill any lane minion, assuming that we get all of them on the same turn, right? But we're heading into the boss rush now. I don't think that that's necessary. Flex would be pretty good on Lady. Only if someone else was already paying a red. No, Flex Plus would be good on Lady if someone else was already playing red, which we technically do have with the burns, but 2 for 7 might, which it would obviously go up to 2 to 10 might because of the fact that we're Lady and we have Spike Club. 2 for 10 is it's still not getting there. Like, Might already needed a buff. The only reason why Might is scary is because of multi-strike attacks. But most multi-strike attacks, you can't really, like, Lady's multi-strike ultimate. Otherwise, like, she can't really use... She can barely use that and Fan and Knives in the same turn. And that's assuming that she has both of them, which this has retained, so it's a little bit easier. I don't know. Like, I could pick it up in a build if I thought that that I needed this damage. If we weren't doing the current, like, burn route, I could see this being run specific, Flex Plus. However, right now, I'm going to use 2 AP just to gain 10 might. Like, mirror images is the move. And I am willing to put it in Shinzo's deck. For our health, continue to shrunk. Oh! Oh, baby. Now. The one thing that is important to note is elemental power is not 25% more damage. Like I was mentioning before, each of the different categories of multipliers goes into the base damage of the skill, and then they get added together. Might, of course, being a separate category. So, even if we were to take, what was it? I already forgot his name. Flex. If we were to take Flex, we use it, and so then we get 10 might. You might be thinking that this gets another extra 2 damage off of that. No, it doesn't. Might is plus 10 damage after the fact. So, we don't really have any chunky red damage cards. We don't have red shielding. If we would have taken armor up, that would have been very good on this, actually. But elemental power in this run, not worth it. 10 damage burst, very worth it in my opinion. Did this get upgraded? No, it didn't. Okay, it's still 10 damage. Also draws. Otherwise, again, like 1 might would give us a ton of damage, but would it give us as much damage as, say, just being able to flat out drop 30 damage across the first 4 turns of a fight? Maybe. But I don't know. If we had anything that was might doubled by this card, which is only Lazar, I believe. Maybe someone else has it. Might is doubled by this card, but like squeezing out that little bit of extra damage when we've already got so much damage, I would rather just be able to burst something down quick. We'll take Wrath.